going over quite a few softwares to get your feet wet on how to do a low poly game model in 3D modeling. So applications, and then bring it into a video game engine, which will be really cool. So yeah, so just to show you guys what we'll be doing, just to get you a little basics, just understanding of what kind of like the workflow about how we're going to go about doing this, just for you guys. So the first thing we're going to be doing is bringing a texture into Photoshop, and what I mean by a texture is just a flat painted surface on top. It's basically a flat surface that you would paint in Photoshop to bring onto a 3D object. So for instance, this is what it will look like. This is kind of the texture we're going for. We're going to do a crate, add some story, some withering, and different things. You can see the two top are completely different from the bottom, and just show you guys how to utilize 0 to 1 texture space correctly for video games, and the way of understanding texture resolution and where you will be viewing the object in 3D space, and how it takes up the screen. All these things are very valuable, and especially when a computer needs to process it while you're playing a video game. So I'll be showing you how to create a texture, create texture like this, and then from there, what we're going to be doing is, so first off, we'll start by 64 by 64. So it'll be like this, a 64 by 64, and then the next thing will be we'll do like a corner, and then we're going to multiply that by 4. So in 4 sides will bring us into 128 by 128. And what this is just binary numbers. It's just an easy way for the computer to understand what you're bringing into a game engine, how to run real time. It's very easy for the computer to process. So 64 by 64, 128 by 128. Also looks like I forgot an R, but so, and then also the next thing we'll be doing is from that point on we'll be going into Max, and I will be showing you how to model 6-sided, just basic box. That's all you have to know. Eventually we're going to be more advanced. I'm going to show you guys some ZBrush, not in this tutorial section, but later on. But ZBrush and Mudbox, and we'll go over some of those tools as well. But it's good to know modeling, UV mapping, materials, how to use your materials, and how to apply them to your model as well. Laying out the UV coordinates, and then taking the texture we just had right here before, and applying it to the model. And then we'll go ahead and size it up and get it exported ready for Unity or UDK, which is Unreal Development Kit. So an example of that would be something like this. So as you can see, I got my crate here. It's not really high resolution texture. It's got normal maps, a specularity map. I'll go over what that is exactly in the next couple of tutorials, but this is what it looks like. So, and you can see, as if I move my light around, the specular highlights are on the corner edges, almost kind of like a shellac kind of, crate, kind of very polished. But yeah, a lot of you'll see stuff like that in like Unreal Tournament and stuff like that. You'll see a lot of normal maps, spec maps, and stuff like that. But yeah, this gets you an idea of what we'll be achieving in a 3D model point of view. And this is 3D Studio Max. I'm going to show you 3D Studio Max, and also I will be showing you how to do it in Maya as well. So here's Maya. A lot of windows open. I know. High CPU usage. I know I don't have a fast computer, but one day. Let's see. So let's get that model. Let's zoom in on it. Okay, there we go. Lost it out of view for a second. So yeah, so here's again our crate. Again, it's got normal maps, spec maps, and you can actually see it inside. And let's see if I move the light, it also changes as well. So there you go. We'll be going over how to model texture, apply the texture, UV map in both programs. And let's get back to the drawing board. So let's go back to Photoshop. So yeah, so there's Max. It's going to be a series of different videos. You can choose which way you want to go. You can choose. I just highly recommend starting with the Photoshop one, and then going straight from Photoshop to Max, or going straight from Photoshop to Maya. So we'll be learning all four of those things. And then the next tutorials, we'll be learning how to create a CrazyBump normal map. So and CrazyBump's a really cool software. I don't have it open right now, but you'll understand how fast and easy it is to create normal maps and specularity maps when we get to that section. So, but yeah, it's a really powerful tool. A lot of people use it in the industry, and yeah, so I'll go over how to do CrazyBump normal maps and spec maps, just to make it a fast, easy, low poly game texture. Really, some games don't even use normal maps or spec maps. It's just a little enhanced feature. But they usually use a diffuse map, which is basically a regular colored texture, such as this. That's what a diffuse map is. Just colors. 256 usually. So yeah. So I mean, 256 is the size of the entire range of colors that you're going to be using. So see, as I go on here, you can see RGB change. It's got 255, but they say 256 colors. They don't mention it, but they include 0 on that too. That's another thing that people don't realize. That when you see RGB up there, it won't say 256 ever. It'll say 255 because they include zeros. But besides that, okay. So we're back over here on CrazyBump. So normal map, spec map, and then after that, we'll go straight into the Unity engine and create a third-person. Well, we're not creating a third-person prefab. That's a prefab that's already in that comes with Unity engine, and show you how to import it in Unity and get a character running around our boxes like such. So go ahead and show you a little example of that, and then here we go. So there's a third-person character that Unity comes with, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is just show you just a quick example of what it looks like. So it's maximized on play. Pretty cool. You can touch the boxes, jump on top of them. Pretty fun stuff. So let's get a running start. Let's see if I can jump on that box. Oh, nope. He needs to jump higher. But yeah, so that's Unity. And then from Unity, I'm going to show you how to create the crates, bring in the third-person character, show you how to bring in the light, make a plane to run on, something simple, something just to block something out. Crate, reason why I create, because every video game has crates. There's not one video game, I mean, mainly all video games have some form of crate, where you jump on it, you hide behind it, you push it to activate a button or something. You push it on a button to open a door, such as Zelda. There's lots of different games that use crates, but it's probably the most widely used game model out there. And so for a basic beginning tutorial on create a game low poly model, I figured a crate would be the best one to use for you guys. So alright, so let's get back to Photoshop. So Unity engine, we're going to use a third-person prefab, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys another tutorial. So you can choose to use the Unity engine. They're both free to download, Unity engine as well as the UDK Unreal Development Kit. So this is also a great engine to use as well. I mean, Some people have preferences, but really I never had a preference with anything. I've always loved learning as many softwares as I could. That's just a good habit to get used to. So, okay, so this is a bunch of stuff. All right, so here's UDK. Right now I got a little scene going on here. I'm going to show you how to create a first-person point of view. So here I am zoomed in on the box textures. Looks pretty clean though. I really like the way Unreal's lighting's set up, and it's really nice. So this is just a point of view. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and maximize this window right here and press plane viewport. And what this will do, perform map check. Yes, I'd like to continue. Yes. Okay. Well, I'll get a third-person point of view showing. I just forgot to save my map. But anyways, remember to always save your guys' files. It's the most important thing to do. As we go along these tutorials, I'm not going to really remind anyone to save files. I'm just going to go ahead and go straight through the tutorial and show you guys how to do these things. So, but yeah, make sure you save your files. Saving is very important, and saving it in the right areas too as well. So yeah, so that's it, and that's it for this beginning intro tutorial of what we will be doing over the course of these tutorials, and how the final result's going to end up looking. It's going to be something like this. So again, I just want to say thanks for visiting Instructabot, and yeah, so let's get started.